Turn 1 Soul Ring.
Is it working? It's working, right? Episode 1?
It's like Anakin Skywalker. That's so funny because
It's Anakin Skywalker.
My manager was fucking watching that during his break.
It's like, Mom, you say the worst thing in this universe is that nobody helps anybody. Qui-Gon told me to stay in this cockpit, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, man,
I'll do a barrel roll. That's a good trick.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Are these actual quotes?
Yes, they are. They're real. It's so bad.
Oh my god. I haven't watched episode 1 since like I was a kid, so
It's still good to I recently watched it with my girlfriend like a few months ago now.
yeah.
And we watched, well, I guess it was more than a few. It was after we watched episode 8. It was like, you know what? Wasn't the biggest fan of 8, so we're like, let's watch everything and like get caught up again.
Yeah.
So did 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then watched 7 and stuff. So
Yeah.
it was good to rewatch everything. There's a lot to personally just from rewatching everything. 4, 5, and 6. I know a lot of people say this, but like that, they are the best.
Oh yeah.
Just for like
Yeah,
story,
they're the best.
Yeah, story development, character development, like everything really matters and stuff. Episodes like 1, 2, and 3, like Anakin is. They got a bad actor for the kid. They got a bad actor for the actual like teenage to whatever years. Like it's just like bad acting.
It's bad.
There's like 45 minutes to an hour of like a teen drama inside of your like Star Wars like political film. You're like, what is? It's just like something that's like really intellectual and something that is so fucking dumb. You want to stab your face like. In the same film.
No, they're bad. They're really bad.
What was the last one they did of like the core series? Like not the solo one, but
Oh, The Last Jedi?
was it
Episode
The Last
8?
Jedi?
Yeah, episode 8. Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you guys think of that?
It was fine.
I think I need to watch it again because I did not like it. Like it's a Star Wars film. There's things to like, but there's a lot more that I didn't like than episode 7.
I really like the Rey and Kylo Ren relationship.
Yeah.
It's really like it's just there's a lot of sexual tension. and that really does it for me personally. And I just love Adam Driver. Like you put Adam Driver in anything and I am on board. He's just great. There's something about like because he's not like classically handsome.
Yeah.
But there's something about him that is very attractive.
It's that thick
I think
nose.
because he's not really attractive. I don't know what it is. It's like some kind of he's got something. He's got like that like je ne sais quoi, right?
Yeah, like that whole like lost puppy look.
Right. Have you guys seen that SNL sketch of Kylo Ren as like undercover boss at Starkiller Base?
Yes. Yeah,
very
it's
good.
so good.
Yeah. That's a very good bit.
I still think episode 8 has some parts in it that it was good in the way that it did the unexpected. Like how like Snoke just
Gets killed.
bye.
Yeah, I like
that.
that.
Like you didn't expect that to happen. It still makes that character completely fucking pointless.
Yeah,
but it was unexpected. Like
Yeah,
Well, he's not pointless. It's just like I think what they're saying is like his origins aren't
important.
Sure.
Like, what was it? Like what? What was?
He was supposed to be some all-powerful dude, and then he just died.
Well, I mean, Palpatine was all powerful, and he got thrown down in a reactor shaft.
Palpatine did a lot
because they're
more.
not all powerful. No. But Snoke was like the architect of the First Order. So like he did all like he created all of that up to this point, and then like he was he thought he was all powerful, and that was his downfall.
Was he? So was he just like a powerful person, or was he connected to the Force at all?
No, he was like a dark
definitely-
Force user. Yeah,
was
he
he?
was a Force.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was a Force user for sure.
Yeah, because there's that part where he like strangles the dude.
Yeah,
At the
and
beginning.
he's like pulling Rey around in Last Jedi.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, it's been a while. I just remember him getting cut in half,
And
and
that's it. You're like, yeah, that's that guy. Bye.
then a bunch of guys in red suits standing around waiting for their turn to strike.
Yeah, those are his Praetorian guards.
least they finally had like a good lightsaber battle.
Finally. First time ever.
Not the first time ever. Episodes 1 to 3 have the best.
Episode 2 is trash. The whole thing is garbage.
I'm saying lightsaber battles though.
Yeah, they're not good there either.
When did they fight Grievous?
3.
Okay, sure. I agree.
Do it.
That's right.
The Grievous fight is so good. The fight with Qui-Gon and
Darth Maul and Obi-Wan.
yeah. Oh my god.
That's good.
It's so good.
That was great.
That's the only good part about I like pod racing. I like racing, so
Yeah, no, pod racing was very good.
yeah, just Anakin is a bad actor.
That's right. Yeah.
Mom!
It's working. It's like it's not working. It's not working.
This isn't working.
This isn't working for me.
Rogue One is an awesome film.
I enjoyed Rogue One.
That's my last.
Yeah.
I think of the new Star Wars films, it's like my
hot take.
hot take. Rogue One.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think I liked it better than Solo.
Yep.
No, you're both wrong.
You know the bad part about Solo?
No, there's no bad part.
Solo sucks. I didn't like his character.
Well, if you don't like Han Solo, I'm afraid we're gonna have to stop doing this podcast.
We could do a really good hot takes episode.
We should.
Yeah.
We should do a hot take series.
Yeah.
Just like hot take.
Hot take.
Eric's wrong take.
Right. Well, let's start the episode.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. This is Turn 1 Soul Ring. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Eric.
And we have Riley here. He's still here.
Hello. I'm still here.
And today on the show, we're going to be going through our top 10 Planeswalkers. Eric and I have kept our list secret from each other, as usual. And these lists are, of course, subjective, so don't judge us too harshly if one or both of us have Soren Markov on our list, or
not.
Yeah. You know, it's just like we like these guys.
Spoiler, I don't, but
Yeah.
you know.
So before we get into our lists, we would like to talk about some Magic news. So first up, just something in our world of Magic. We have launched our Patreon campaign, so go check that out. We've got lots of fun stuff going on there. And we've partnered with a pretty awesome custom proxy Magic card creator, and we'll be giving away some of those custom cards to our patrons over the next few months. And we'll have a link to their store in our show notes if you want to go check them out. But for sure, because it's December now, we've got a pretty sweet Soul Ring and Arcane Signet full art foil proxy cards, which would be great for your cube, or if you just play tabletop Commander with your friends. These would be great cards to add to your collection.
They look great.
They're very beautiful.
So yeah, if you do like what we're doing here, please just check out our Patreon page.
Yeah, just check it out.
We like doing what we do here, and it'd be great to have you guys just look at something more that we like. We want to do more with what we're doing right now, and this is maybe a way that we can actually get to that point. So yeah,
You're doing great.
so are you. It's working.
That's right. It's working. Another thing that I was looking up some upcoming sets in Magic, and I didn't know this. I don't know if it's been announced yet, but like we're getting another unset in February.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually didn't know about
At
this.
the end of February. They're doing it on it's getting released on February 29th, which is appropriate because it's a leap year and it's kind of wacky that we do that because the year is not 365 days. In case you didn't know, our measurement of time is kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But they're doing another unset. It's called Unsanctioned, and as far as I know, the February 29th is the release weekend. I think that's a Friday. But yeah, it's another unset. I'm sure they'll do something. I mean, I don't know how they top the unstable lands, but they'll do something because they always do something cool with the lands.
Yeah, there'll be some other kind of cool thing.
Yeah.
Those lands are gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All the unlands have been great.
Any John Avon lands are great.
Yeah.
We like you, John Avon.
John Avon. We hardly knew you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So was there... Riley, why are you here? Was there something that we were going to talk about?
I have no idea.
You have no idea? All right, well, we can just get into the list. Do you want to, you can just stick around.
Sure. I'm down to stick around.
Okay, great.
But let's actually get to the topic of why Riley's here.
Yeah, let's do it. Eric remembers. Riley and I both forgot.
Yeah, apparently. So, for any people that play Arena, we have some new additions to Arena.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so Historic has finally launched. Well, it was kind of technically active before, but now we have actual new cards.
I thought they were going to wait till November to launch, to have a launch for the new...
It was actually out. You can play Historic in beginning of November, actually, in Arena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already November.
And
Jesus.
It's almost December, man.
I think they... Wasn't the release date for these additional cards the 22nd?
The 21st, actually.
21st, okay.
Yeah, it is the 23rd today. I did play some 2 days ago.
Yeah, and you put a deck on Deckstats.
I did, yeah. That was the deck I was actually playing. So.
Yeah.
So getting into it, they decided to add 20 cards into Historic. So obviously they were talking about this before.
Yeah.
They wanted to add other cards into the format to spice it up.
And over time they'd add, a bunch of cards at a time from sets throughout, and just cards to kind of create what we have access to in the Eternal formats without adding entire sets. Because when we think about a format like Modern, how many cards from Scars of Mirrodin do we actually play besides Wormcoil Engine?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
and on the note of Wormcoil Engine, my one fear of not liking Historic was the cards that they were initially spoiled or people were talking about was they were saying they're going to add a lot of powerful cards like Brainstorm, Wormcoil Engine,
they
Dark
were suggesting
Confidant.
it. Yeah, when they initially
kinda...
announced the format, they were suggesting the idea of, hey, we could add Brainstorm, we could add Wormcoil Engine.
You can just Oko Wormcoil Engine, though. It's fine. That's happened to me in Modern. It doesn't,
It's a thing now.
Yeah.
Nice elk.
Yeah, nice elk you got there now.
Wormcoil elk.
Elk Engine.
So here we are now. We have the 20 new cards are added, and I have to say, I was kind of skeptical about it first, but seeing this list of cards, there are actually some really fun cards that they have added to the format to have people really brainstorm on the kind of decks that you can make on Arena.
Nice, but I'm ching.
Yeah. Got the brainstorm in there. There is no brainstorm.
There's no brainstorm.
So I was thinking I would just list out. I'm not going to explain all the cards, but so the 20 cards have been added. I'm just going to go through them quickly right now, and then probably have a couple I really want to talk about.
Sure.
So first of all, for the white cards, there is Sarah Ascendant and Soul Warden.
Yep.
Okay.
So those are part of kind of a Soul Sister style deck, which we'll definitely talk about.
I used to play that in Modern.
Hey.
Yeah.
And there's also the Kinsbale Cavalier, which kind of cares about knights. So adding a little bit of support to the Knight Tribal, you might be able to do something. In blue, we have Treasure Hunt, which is an interesting choice. And then also Distant Melody, which kind of cares about creature types. Mm-hmm. Moving on to black, there's the Crypt Breaker, Zombie All-Star, Hypnotic Spectre, and the Phyrexian Arena. And also Tendrils of Corruption. So we got 4 black cards.
Oh, that's a good popper card.
Yeah.
Tendrils of Corruption.
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. Mono black has a nice addition there. So, red, we have Kiln Fiend, Goblin Matron, and Hidetsugu's Second Right. I really like these 3 red cards, and they each work towards something different, so it's really cool that we're getting those cards to play with. Moving on to green, we have the Elvish Visionary, Fauna Shaman, Imperious Perfect, and we do have a red-green split here with the Burning Tree Emissary. 4 more cards, Captain Sisay, and then for the artifacts is Ornithopter, Mindstone, and Darksteel Reactor. So,
Darksteel Reactor is 0?
No.
Can you read that?
Yeah, so Darksteel Reactor is 4. It's indestructible. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a charge counter on Darksteel Reactor. When Darksteel Reactor has 20 or more charge counters on it, you win the game.
I love alternate win condition cards.
Oh yeah.
And this one's a jank one.
Oh, for sure. The jankier, the better. Yeah. It's like Coalition Victory. I don't think that should be banned in Commander. It's,
It's an easy
you
alt
just-
win.
it's not that easy. Like, you do have to jump through some hoops.
I think the reason why things like that are banned is because it's just like an instantaneous win, right? You just got to resolve the sorcery and you won. It's not like a whole turn cycle piece where like.
But like Labman is an instantaneous.
Oh yeah, there's tons of ways that you can win on the spot. Don't get me wrong.
Like I think Coalition Victory is a more difficult win condition than Labman.
Yeah.
Is it? Coalition Victory in just like a 5-color deck, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna run that. Like,
Yeah.
it's a no-brainer.
But I mean, at the same time, it's
But in like a
there's-
mono blue deck with
I don't
like
know,
Mind Over Matter.
I've seen so many games like instantaneously ended with a large Exsanguinate or like Torment of Hailfire.
Yeah, that was like our league last year.
That was
It
all
was.
it was.
That's
That was
what the
every
league was.
single.
That was all it was, and you couldn't run black, so
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, I guess I just can't win.
I guess
I've got no reach and bant.
But anyways. Yes.
Anyways, talking a little more about historic. So, with these cards added, we do have a couple fun deck types that are like very obvious right from the get-go. The first one being with the Sarascendant and Soul Warden. There's a deck in Modern called Soul Sisters, and it's a deck that bases off of you playing creatures, gaining health, and swinging in with a big Sarascendant or a Johnny's Pridemate.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he's the one that. Yeah.
Whatever. And I'm sure you'd probably do like a variation, like an Orzhov Soul Sisters thing in Historic that would probably be pretty fun, because you've also got there's a vampire from Core Set 2020. It's 1 black for a 2/3 flyer.
Oh,
whenever
yes.
Whenever you gain life, you put a counter on her. And
That's a flying Ajani Pridemate.
essentially, like that could be a win condition, or you go with I can't think of the text on one of the newest Ajani's, but it cares very much about
Oh, the
gaining
4-mana
life.
one?
Yeah, I think so. It's the one that basically gains its +1 is like gains life for each creature and planeswalker you control. Its 0 is like if you have 5 more starting life total,
Oh,
then you like exile the board or whatever.
right.
But just another life gain payoff.
Yeah, he could totally work in the deck. That's a really good point. I never even thought of him. But so obviously that seems really fun. Orzhov would be the way to go just because of the flyer, I think, as well.
Yeah. But honestly, if you have a large Sarah Ascendant, you're probably doing okay anyway.
Right. 1 mana 5/5. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
6/6. Sorry.
With flying and lifelink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to the blue, we do have the Treasure Hunt, which is definitely a card that has seen some play in multiple formats.
Treasure Cruise?
Treasure Hunt. So Treasure Hunt is one of anything in a blue. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card. Then put all cards revealed this way into your hand. So usually how the combo goes is you're going to be playing a deck that is very heavy on lands, and then have some sort of payoff for those lands. Like we have the main like modern deck that I know of was called Zombie Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you would treasure hunt, get a bunch of lands, and then you had like enchantments, I think, that you discard cards to make zombies.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
it would be really easy to hunt zombies, like IRL. Because they're
Move so slow?
They're real dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it depends what lore you're working from, but yeah. For
Yeah.
the most part, I think.
I'm working from the, not the ones where they can like run and are like,
Get in your face.
But you could probably do something. I was thinking about something that was very land heavy, but it was using Jace, the new Jace from War of the Spark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just find a way to like turbo mill yourself.
Right, and then win that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun.
And you can totally turbo mill because treasure hunt skips past all the lands. So when you have a land heavy deck, you only have like 8 cards that you're looking for to do your combo.
Yeah.
Then you just cast treasure hunt, go through the deck, get a Jace, play him, and you win off the static ability.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
right. Yeah.
There was also another deck that I did play a little bit historic. I ran into a deck running Treasure Hunt, and it also ran a red creature where you could discard a card and deal 2 damage.
Okay.
And So that was it was an Is It Hunt deck, and I was like, oh, that was kind of an interesting combo.
Was it?
I mean,
No, that was like an Is It joke. Because I said, was it?
Was it?
Right.
Yeah.
So someone says, is it?
with my time playing online with my deck, any hunt deck that I ran into, I just stomped. So I didn't see them have the payoff.
Yeah, Treasure Hunt definitely makes for some janky combos.
It does. It's kind of fun playing with like only kind of standard cards as well with the Treasure Hunt. It's
what set is that from? Treasure Hunt?
Oh, I don't remember.
Is this gonna help me?
It is very interesting that they have this new format where they can introduce the cards that they want, and they still, whether or not they know all the kinds of decks that can be made from the cards that they're introducing, it's just a very I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before in terms of this kind of very closed and like they can be the architects of this meta in a way that we've never seen before.
Yeah, they're kind of adding in cards to like, this is going to be part of this. Like obviously with Sarah Ascendant and Soul Warden, they're like, this is the Soul Sisters pieces. That's what they're here for.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Treasure Hunt is from World Wake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
World Wake. Good set.
With the black cards, nothing too big kind of struck out to me. Crypt Breaker is really good for zombies.
Yeah.
Hypnotic Spectre was kind of interesting because it's a 3-mana flyer that's 2/2. Whenever it deals combat damage to an opponent, that player discards a card at random.
Too bad they didn't give us a Dark Ritual. So we could Dark Ritual into Hypnotic Spectre.
I don't know why they didn't do that.
Like the good old days.
It seems obvious.
Like the good old days.
If you're going to have Hypnotic Spectre, give us Dark Ritual.
Yeah.
Just like, I really don't think it's that powerful. Like, come on.
Phyrexian Arena.
Like Oko's legal in Historic, right?
Yes.
So like
Currently.
if I turn 1 Hypnotic Spectre, you can turn 2 Oko, right? If you're on the play.
Yeah, you turn it
And
into
turn
an
it
elk.
into
an elk. Fine,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Whatever. Oko's here.
Which, the Oko or the Hypnotic Spectre is fine?
They're both fine. In that very specific example I just illustrated.
They're both fine. Phyrexian Arena, really good value. You just
Oh wow, Phyrexian Arena.
Phyrexian Arena, yeah. So just drawing cards, really good for black. And then Tendrils of Corruption, which we talked about already.
Yeah.
Kiln Fiend is kind of interesting because we do have kind of like Spellslinger Izzet decks.
Yeah.
So that card can kind of slot in and just be pretty powerful.
Also, like fiend is just like a fun word to say, right? If like something's like a fiend, it's like, Riley, you're being a real fiend boy.
Meow.
Yeah. No. It's cats aren't fiends. It's a fiend. A fiend is like a little creature that's like gripping on things. Yeah, that's a fiend.
Okay.
Good talk.
Goblin Matron is there just for the Goblin decks. But the next red card, Hidetsugu's Second Right, is really interesting.
Is that from Kamigawa?
It is.
Like, how did I know?
How did you know that? So it's 3 of anything in a red for an instant. If target player has exactly 10 life, Hidetsugu's Second Right deals 10 damage to that player.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Offhand, I don't know of how you would control your opponent's life total in what we have with Arena. But do we have like life gain offhand? I'm trying to think.
I don't know if there's like symmetrical life gain or ways to make your opponent gain life. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's like a slew of available burn spells that you could probably whittle your opponent down to that total.
Yeah, and then
there's
get
also
the 10.
I mean, not to say that Sir Kara would necessarily be a good addition to Historic. It is a 5-drop 3/3, but it is a pinger. So if you need those extra little pings of damage, then
totally
it might be able to do something.
Yeah, they should have given her haste.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool, actually.
And I don't think it's broken.
Overly broke? No, not at all.
No.
It's like, I don't think it's overly broken. It's like broken. It's not overly broken.
Next up, in green, the elves really got a lot of support.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So they've added in Elvish Visionary, which just replaces itself, and it's an elf.
Yeah.
Fauna Shaman, which is an awesome card.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
One of
Even
any
outside of elves, I think Fauna Shaman's great.
is a great card, right? There's a lot of green decks that can still take advantage of Fauna Shaman.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, Fauna Shaman's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really nice that Fauna Shaman was reprinted in Ultimate Masters because it's even now after almost a year, it's still only like $10.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It definitely would have climbed up there if they didn't have that nice reprint. And then there's the Imperious Perfect, which again, it's a lord, and you can tap it and make more elves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the
So-
tapping ability, you don't care about Summoning Sickness because it's just tap an untapped elf. Tap 3 untapped elves you control. Add 3 green to your
No,
mana pool.
that's I think you're thinking of a different one. Imperialist Perfect is the one that makes elves. And
You pay 1 green and
is
tap
a
it to
lord.
make a
okay.
1/1 elf. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she does come in with Summoning Sickness and has a tap ability that cares about that. I think you're thinking of man. I know the one. It's a 1-drop.
Yeah, it's that modern.
You tap 3 and make 3 green.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that would be broken. We'd basically have like legacy elves if we had that.
Right?
Be pretty good.
That'd be great. We just need like symbiote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wirewood Symbiote.
Yeah.
Yep.
Captain Sisse. They added her, which I do want to build around. Just making a fun like legendary deck with the legendaries we have
Yeah,
available.
legendaries matter.
And
Yeah.
who is the Abzan legendary creature from Core 20 that cares about legendaries in the graveyard?
Oh, what's his name?
Oh,
Fist of something. That's okay. I can look it up.
Is Hidden Hand.
oh,
Man, it's on the tip of my
but
tongue.
yeah,
But I think you could exile 2 legendary cards from your graveyard, and all your legendaries would be castable from your graveyard this turn.
that time, yeah.
So I think that'd be a nice combo.
That's a really cool combo.
Sisse.
Yeah,
Just be throwing legendary things at people.
everywhere. Like, then we have the artifacts to tie it out. The one that made me build a deck was I've been really wanting to play Affinity, and they added Ornithopter.
Yeah.
Obviously, just a 0-mana 0/2 flyer. For anyone interested, I do have I threw it up this morning. My historic. Well, this is going to be a lot later, but anyways, I threw historic Affinity up onto my deck stats.
Yeah, and yeah, we can put it in the show notes.
Yeah,
For this episode.
yeah, really cool. Just like a nice Affinity in historic. It is really fast. I'm pretty sure I was killing people on turn 4, turn 5. It's quite explosive. It's really fun.
Yeah, all that glitters on Ornithopter would be fun.
Oh yeah,
That sounds pretty fun.
yeah. And past that, we do have the Mind Stone, which is some interesting value, and Darksteel Reactor, which I think is a really cool card because of the alt-wing con as you were talking about. We do have also Karn's Bastion, which has some proliferate on it. Mm-hmm. Then there's some other proliferate cards, so you can just kind of do like a proliferate deck and maybe win with the Darksteel Reactor.
Yep.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Man, I had at some point, you know how in Arena you can do practice mode with Sparky, like the computer bot? I had put together like
His
the
name's
most.
Sparky.
Yeah, his name's Sparky.
That's a little on the nose.
Yeah.
I
I put together like the jankiest like Magistrate Scepter Infinite Turns combo deck with like Proliferate. And this was like, don't get me wrong, I only played it in Sparky because when I played it against another human, it was the most fragile combo I had ever put together. But that would be fun. Do like a Darksteel Reactor, like Magistrate Scepter, Proliferate combo.
Get there, win the game.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd be able to get there. Maybe like 1 in 1,000.
That's why you play against Sparky.
Just living the dream.
Living the dream. Alrighty, yeah. Just a little tail note. I do like how they have these cards are quite interesting that they've chosen. It kind of makes people want to experiment more with the deck building and stuff. So
Yeah.
I do like the choice a lot. Actually,
Yeah.
I was quite happy.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. Playing it the one day, I've only played one day, but I have liked it more than I thought I would. So
Yeah, and I don't think it's been given a chance to become a cesspool yet.
sure, yeah, that's
Not
fair,
that
like-
that's going to happen. I'm just, like I play a lot of Hearthstone and
Yeah.
like Standard is a cesspool.
Yeah.
Casual wild is a cesspool. Ranked wild is a cesspool. So
it's like
just
anything
like,
you kind of play.
I'm not loving it right now. But anyways, let's get to our lists.
Asbestos.
I'll take it away. So
I think I've started first before, so
yeah. So it's my turn, probably.
I think so.
Okay, so my number 10 is Lord Windgrace.
Hey.
So Lord Windgrace is a 5 mana planeswalker. He's 2 colorless, a black, a red, and a green for a 5 loyalty planeswalker. His +2 is discard a card, draw a card. If a land card was discarded this way, draw an additional card. His -3 is return up to 2 target land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. And his -11 is destroy up to 6 target non-land permanents, then create 6 2/2 green cat warrior creature tokens with Forest Walk. And he can be your commander.
Jeez, that's a lot of text for that ultimate.
That's a lot of text.
Yeah.
So I played Lord Windgrace in our Commander League in last year, and he's just a value engine.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a chance to use his ultimate, but
Because his other abilities are just so good.
they're so good, and I really don't think there's any need to complain when you have a commander that has both card draw and mana ramp built right in.
Yeah.
So
Solid choice.
yeah, he's a good one.
Yeah, definitely in there are like leagues. It was crazy how much value you get off that sometimes, just with all the cards that would come in and out of the graveyard.
And he was hard to get off the board too.
Because he comes in
that +2.
Yeah, so he's 7.
He's 7 on the first turn you cast him. I know he's 5 mana, but still, freaking beefy.
Yeah, thick boy.
He's a beefy cat boy.
And then when you're trying to like kill us with stupid spells and you have Beseiju, we're like, we got to get rid of Beseiju, but it doesn't matter because you're just gonna bring it back with.
Then I'm gonna use Beseiju to exsanguinate or Torment of Hailfire.
It was a gripping meta.
It was Riley's favorite.
Yeah. You know what? In all fairness, you had to stop me from going off.
Yeah, we did have to stop you from going off because you went off that one time and it was just like we can't.
Can't let that happen again.
No, we can't. It just feels so bad.
This Enchantress deck has a board state. What the fuck is this?
Exsanguinate.
Yeah.
Done.
I don't give a shit about your creature enchantments that you turn into creatures with opalescence. Exsanguinate.
Alrighty, my number 10 pick is Chandra, Torch of Defiance.
Wow, number 10.
Yep.
Wow.
2 of anything, 2 red. So +1, exile the top card of your library. You may cast that card. If you don't, Chandra deals 2 damage to each opponent. You can also +1 for 2 red mana. You can -3 to deal 4 damage to our creature. And the ultimate, -7, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a spell, this emblem deals 5 damage to any target.
Nice.
Chandra is great.
Yeah, like that ultimate's awesome, but also like the +1 is like card advantage.
And the other plus is ramp.
Mana ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, okay.
Yeah, she's disgusting.
Yeah, a little bit weak in some terms, just like what she starts out, what you're casting, but
well, they really didn't start to, I think, they really changed the loyalty ratio to mana cost with War of the Spark.
I think
Now it's like reasonable. But before, like, we look at some planeswalkers from, the days of yore, and they don't have, like, what was that Kiora from Born of the Gods? She's a 4-mana planeswalker, and she's 2 loyalty.
Starts at 2?
Yeah.
What is that?
Like,
Come
what
on.
is that?
Well, usually their loyalty ended up being around, like, once you, like, plus them in and around their converted mana cost, right?
Sure, but now it seems like it's sort of like pre-War of the Spark and post-War of the Spark, where we have planeswalkers that come into play. And what about Oko? Like the turn you play him, you can plus him. He's a 3-mana 6 loyalty planeswalker, basically. If
He's
plus
really
him,
dumb though,
right? So
Yeah.
he is really dumb. But I like a lot of the planeswalkers from the post, and War of the Spark era are that you either get the same amount of loyalty counters for the mana cost or you get more.
Yeah.
For sure.
Even if you're not plussing them. Like they enter the battlefield with
the same
amount or more. So
Yeah.
And that's just power creep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, moving on to number 9. My number 9 is Ashiok Nightmare Weaver. Ashiok is 1, a blue and a black for a 3 loyalty planeswalker. Her +2 is exile the top 3 cards of target opponent's library. Her -X is put a creature card with converted mana cost X exiled with Ashiok Nightmare Weaver onto the battlefield under your control. That creature is a nightmare in addition to its other types. And her -10 is exile all cards from all opponents' hands and graveyards. Whew. So I used to play this in my Fenix Mill EDH deck.
Yeah.
And this card did work, but not that I played limited or standard of the Theros time, but I know that this Planeswalker did work, and she was a limited bomb.
Oh yeah,
right. Just mill. Oh, I'm gonna take your best creature.
Even in cube, like this thing is just disgusting to play against.
Totally. Yeah.
Totally.
No. She's good stuff.
Alrighty. Going for the ultimates here. So we have Tamio, the Field Researcher.
Nice.
So 1 of anything, and then a green, a white, and a blue for Bant. Starts with 4 loyalty.
A Bant.
+1, choose up to 2 target creatures until your next turn. Whenever either of those creatures deals combat damage, you draw a card. Commander, this is great because you can choose any creatures.
Right.
-2, tap up to 2 target non-land permanents. They don't untap during the controller's next untap step. And -7, draw 3 cards, and you get an emblem with, you may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana costs.
Omniscience.
And draw 3.
It's better than Omniscience because Omniscience is non-land spells. So, if it's like a Dryad Arbor, boom. You're good. I don't know if that works.
Cast
you don't cast Dryad Arbor.
You know, guys, could you just...
you play it as a land drop.
Could you just... I need this, okay? I need a win here. But yeah, Tamio is really good. And I really don't see her played that often.
Right? Yeah. I think she is kind of like pretty good. You are going for the alt, but then also the +1 along the way will hopefully draw you cards.
And you could be like a deal maker and be like, I'll target your creature so that I can draw a card and you don't attack me. Like we'll attack Riley because he's gonna go off.
How is that a good deal?
Riley, it's a good deal if you sell it. All right, always be closing.
Oh, okay.
Always be closing.
It's better than what was it? ABF.
ABF. Yeah. What was the F?
I fucking forget.
All right, so next up we have the number 8 slot. My number 8 is Duretti Scrap Savant. He's 3 in a red for a 3 loyalty planeswalker. His +2 is discard up to 2 cards and then draw that many cards. His -2 is sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And his -10 is you get an emblem with whenever an artifact is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, return that card to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. And he can be your commander. So this commander can be super efficient, bordering on broken. And, again, like Lord Windgrace, we have card draw, and it's not mana ramp specifically, but in a lot of cases, you can sacrifice a artifact token or a very low CMC artifact and bring back a very high CMC artifact.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in that way, you can be ahead of the curve.
Yeah, just cheat on mana.
Exactly. Yeah.
Alrighty, my 8.
What did you eat? Right, because it's like I ate
a chicken.
I
got a chicken.
I just ate chicken.
Chicken.
It's just a chicken town.
So my number 8 is interesting because it's a planeswalker that has X in the casting cost.
Oh my goodness! Is it the only one?
I think it's the only one. I want to say it's the only one.
It is the only one.
Okay. Nissa, Steward of Elements, X, green blue. For an X loyalty planeswalker.
Is it the only one, Riley? Is there another one?
I think it's the only one.
Okay.
Because you have the look on your face.
Yeah, like you're like, I know something.
I just want to cast it for 0.
You just want to cast it for 0?
You have to.
It
still have to pay
dies.
Simic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you want?
I don't know. Just to send a message.
That's rude. Just killing Nissa. Anyways, you can have this thing come out at such a large loyalty. The +2 lets you scry 2, which is really good card advantage. And then 0, you can look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card or a creature card with CMC less than or equal to the number of loyalty counters on Nissa, you may put that card onto the battlefield. And then -6, untap up to 2 target lands you control. They become 5/5 elemental creatures with flying and haste until end of turn.
Whoa.
They're still lands.
Flying.
Flying and haste. Yeah.
Spicy.
So, Commander goes, you can do like a lot of cool things with the 0 in terms of playing with the top card of your library and getting out things for free. And then also if you're just playing this in like Constructed and stuff, the -6 just racks people's face.
Yeah, get wrecked.
Yeah. Super good. That's 10 flying damage out of nowhere. You're like, oh, well, it's all right.
I hope you're on a 10.
Yeah.
Right, moving on to number 7. My number 7 is Narset Transcendent. It's she is 2, a white and a blue for a 6 loyalty planeswalker. That's a good rate, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Her +1 is look at the top card of your library. If it's a non-creature, non-land card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. Her -2 is when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell from your hand this turn, it gains Rebound. Rebound is so dirty.
I love
So
Rebound.
good.
Her -9 is you get an emblem with your opponents can't cast non-creature spells.
Wow.
So you know what? Narset can't protect herself with a creature token or anything like that.
Yep.
But you know, so you want to have a way to protect her, but her first 2 abilities synergize so
Pretty well.
together, and if you're ever able to ultimate her, you're probably gonna win that game.
Yeah, like she's been sitting out that long anyway. Like
Yeah,
you're
it's
in
just,
a-
and
you're
so
in
you've
good
gotten
space.
so much value
Yeah.
by that point.
Yeah.
But it's just like if you can't cast non-creature spells, you know, that's just bad. You know.
Some of these earlier Planeswalkers have some such crazy ultimates.
Yeah, and she's a 4-mana 6 loyalty planeswalker. How did that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the microphone's picking that up, right?
The kitty likes it. My number 7 is a Planeswalker that is coming back in January. We have Elspeth. This is the Sun's champion, though.
Oh, she is, because we got those leaks.
Yeah.
With the, what mechanic was that? It was stupid broken, but it was like Afterlife or something. It wasn't Afterlife.
Escape?
But Escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Escape. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, you can just recast this planeswalker. It's like,
Yep.
And she could only, she could only tick down.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was super cool.
Yeah, super cool. But also just like you keep recasting it from your graveyard.
Yeah.
Anyways, Elspeth Sun's champion is 4 of anything and 2 white. For 6 mana, 4 loyalty. +1, you make 3 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. -3, destroy all creatures with power 4 or greater. And then -7, you get an emblem with creatures you control, get +2/+2, and have flying.
Nice. Yeah,
Super good rate on the +1 though. You're like, I'm gonna make 3 1/1s every turn. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And she has a built-in Wrath, which is really nice. Yeah, I just think this is really... I love this card in Commander because she has the Wrath ability on her, and then you just keep making more dorks, so people can't get through to you, and you're keeping the board in check of like big creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. And if you get that alt off, oof. It's hard for people to do stuff.
No kidding. Okay, moving on to number 6. My number 6 is Jace Beleren. He's 1 and 2 blue for a 3 loyalty planeswalker. His +2 is each player draws a card. His -1 is target player draws a card. And his -10 is target player puts the top 20 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard.
-10.
So...
Party Jace.
Yeah. So, like we always want planeswalkers to protect themselves, and that's usually in the form of creature tokens, but the interesting thing about this Jace is when you play it, if you keep plussing him and letting everyone draw a card, people tend to not attack him.
It's like, hey, I'm getting cards too,
Yeah.
I want him to stick around.
You can make that political stipulation. It's like, hey, as long as I'm taking him up, don't attack him.
Yeah.
As soon as I tick down.
As soon as you tick down,
he's fair game.
It's open season.
Fair game.
Yeah. and like the minus is, I'm talking purely about Commander. The minus is just targeting one player, and it's 1/5 of your deck. So it's not the worst thing in the world if you get targeted. It's not the end of the game.
Yeah.
And if it is, well, maybe you overextended. If you have fewer than 20 cards in your deck, maybe overextended.
Yeah.
Anyways.
My number 6 is a Ajani Unyielding. So he's 4 of anything, a green and a white. For a 4 loyalty planeswalker, we got a +2 to reveal the top 3 cards of your library. Put all non-land permanent cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest of them bottom of your library in any order. -2, exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power. And then -9, put 5 1/1 counters on each creature you control and 5 loyalty counters on each other planeswalker you control.
Is that the one from Aether Revolt?
It is.
Yeah, that ultimate is... That's like doubling season.
Yeah. Also, his +2 is such a good value engine. Mm-hmm. If you put him in a creature heavy deck or just something that has creatures and enchantments and stuff, +2, draw 3. Okay.
Yeah. No kidding. And what's his converted mana cost?
6.
Oof, yeah.
He's a little pricey, but then also the -2 is a freaking Swords of Plowshares.
Yeah, for sure.
So okay.
He's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of good value.
Okay, so we're moving on to top 5.
Hey.
All right. My number 5 is Soren Markov.
Hey.
He's 3 and 3 black for a 4 loyalty planeswalker. His +2 is Soren Markov deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and you gain 2 life. In the custom of the vampire. His -3 is target opponent's life total becomes 10. And his -7 is you control target player during that player's next turn.
Ooh.
I think I'd rather have my life total become 10 than anyone decide what I do.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, like Sarah Ascendant or Felidar Sovereign, Soren Markov is clearly a card that was designed before Commander was as prolific as it is today.
Yeah.
Right? So it's and so it feels a little unfair that you can just make somebody's life total 10.
Yeah.
But
because early on that could be 30 points of life.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's, but it's, it's only one player, and that could be the player that needs to be sort of reined in, or it could just be a player that, you want to kill, right? But you're not killing them. You're putting them at 10. You're putting them at 10 life. You're not necessarily killing
severely
them.
crippling them.
But you know what? Even if you are severely crippling them, in Commander it is a nasty card, and you guys know I like nasty cards.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why it's my number 5.
Make someone's life till 10 and sanguinate for 10.
Yeah.
Or there's that Wound Reflection.
Ooh.
Also kills players with Soren.
Or you can, if you're running red as well, Hidetsugu's. Combos a Soren.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that works.
Oh, the revelation needs to be done now.
Oh my god. There's also you'd have to be running there's the Sphinx that does the same thing, right? The
Magister Sphinx.
Sphinx.
Yeah.
You also have to be having red in that deck
Yeah.
too, so I think Brea could do it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Hidetsugu in Brea.
Sweet. Alrighty, my number 5. I may have cheated a little bit because it's a creature.
What?
Well, it's probably a Flipwalker.
Right?
Nicol Bolas the Ravager.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This one's so good. Creature side, he's 4 mana, 4/4 flyer. When he enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. It costs 7 mana to flip him. When he's flipped, 7 loyalty, +2, draw 2 cards. -3, Nicol Bolas the Arisen deals 10 damage to our creature or planeswalker. -4, put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. And -12, exile all but the bottom card of a target player's library. A lot of the value, though, is like that -4. Anything in anybody's graveyard, you can just make yours now, which is great.
Yeah. Well, I used to play him in a standard deck that would get back my other Nicol Bolas from the graveyard, and that's when my opponents usually scooped.
Yeah, like the other one's coming back. That's game over.
Yeah.
But also just being able to draw 2 extra cards every single turn, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to keep up with that.
Oh yeah,
as an opponent.
So much card advantage.
Yeah.
So good.
All right, my number 4 is Tezzeret the Seeker. It's a 3 and 2 blue. Do we have the same one?
We do.
It's his for a 4 loyalty planeswalker. His +1 is untap up to 2 target artifacts. His -X is search your library for an artifact card with converted mana cost X or less and put it into play. Then shuffle your library. And his -5 is artifacts you control become 5/5 artifact creature tokens until end of turn. So I've never used, I've never like ultimated him. I've only ever used his planeswalker in Commander, but he's just so much value because you can -0 and search for the artifact lands, the 0 mana rocks, and you know it's just like the first 2 abilities you can just rinse and repeat.
Oh yeah, that's why he's so good. And if you have like an artifact centric deck that you have a certain combo in, you can just use him to grab whatever combo piece you need to like start going off as well.
Absolutely, and it goes right into play.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's just he's
so powerful.
Good. And if you can blink him, right, you can search, put the artifacts into play, and if they enter the battlefield tapped, once you blink him, he comes back as a different permanent. You can activate him with his first ability, and you can untap his artifacts.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do you play him in like Braco?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so if you Oath it to Fairy, you can do both twice. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I turned my Brago deck like slowly over time into like basically a Super Friends deck.
Yeah.
Because he's so good with planeswalkers.
So good.
Yeah. It's kind of disgusting. I have really long turns. That's why I don't play with you guys. I respect you too much. I respect your time.
Well, thank you. My number 4 is a Jace, Unraveler of Secrets.
Ooh. I like it a +1.
Yeah, right? So we've got a +1. You scry 1, then draw a card. -2, return target creature to its owner's hand. -8, you get an emblem with whenever an opponent casts their first spell each turn, counter that spell.
It's like I don't want to play anymore.
Nope.
Do I have to keep playing?
Yeah. So I have a real soft spot for this Jace just because of his ultimate. It's so great. And so if you have a doubling season out, you play Jace and you just ultimate and people are sad.
Okay, shuffle up. Let's play the next game.
Yeah. But even if playing him just regularly, the +1 is just also just good card advantage.
And the minus it's a -3?
-2.
-2. Like both of those abilities are so good because you just like you just get rid of a problem permanent, right?
Yeah, you
or
can.
Something that's
Slow somebody down. Or just like keep drawing more cards like through your deck.
yeah,
So
for sure.
Yeah.
No, he's very good.
But fun ultimate.
All right, top of threesies. Goo. All right,
Garrick?
No.
Well, yeah, actually, just he's not 3. So my number 3 is Nissa Vital Force. It's 3 and 2 green for a 5 loyalty planeswalker. Her +1 is untap target land you control until your next turn. It becomes a 5/5 elemental with haste. It's still a land. Her -3 is return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand, and her -6 is you get an emblem with whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card.
So good.
So yeah, the ability, like the untapping a land and turning it into a creature is great, but you're also ramping, right? Because you can then tap that land for mana.
Yep.
And you can recur any card from your graveyard to your hand, which is super powerful. But I think the best thing about Nissa is that after 1+ activation, if you get to untap with her, you can ultimate and you have that emblem for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is so good.
Totally worth it.
Yep. That's too short to see happen.
Yeah, for sure. Just
Yeah.
like plus her, turn a land into a 5/5. Just okay, pass. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's until next turn, so that creature can
And she
act
defends
as
her.
protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
Nissa, for sure. Yeah. They should have given it reach though. I don't think that would have been too much. Right?
Yeah.
And can block an additional creature each combat.
Okay.
They should have made it 3 mana and, +1 to turn something into an elk.
It should have been a 3 mana 6 loyalty planeswalker with the -6.
Ultimate the turn you play it. It's good to go.
See how much it's a slippery slope.
Yeah. This is how it happens.
This is why they won't hire us.
Yeah. This is
I will actually-
exactly why.
I will actually say I think I like your Nissa better than the one I chose.
Oh no.
Oh no. Mine's lower in the rankings, but yeah. My number 3 is Tezzeret the Seeker.
Whoa.
We were really close on that too. You
We
were
were?
4 and I was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is good. He's good.
He's so good.
He really is.
Just put a combo together, get your mana rocks, and we're good to go.
And like if you get repeated value off of him, it's just like it's so
It's
like untapping
disgusting.
2 artifacts is so much ramp.
It's so good.
Even if you play an artifact that enters the battlefield, tap that turn, you can untap like a Worn Power Stone. Just boom.
You're like, I can use it right away.
You're good. Yeah. So
Evnir's Disc.
yes,
Ooh, spicy.
with like
Yeah.
a Darksteel Forge.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've done that. I've gotten that lock on a game. Surprisingly, my opponents didn't concede.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I did get that lock at Ryan's a couple times.
it's a good lock.
It's gross.
It's a good place to be. Just concede and it's over. Like, come on, what are you guys doing?
What are you doing?
All right, my number 2 is a Tameo, Collector of Tales.
Ooh,
Yeah, so this is kind of a
nice.
this is I wasn't expecting this one to be my number 2, but I'll just read Tameo. So she is 2, a green and a blue for a 5 loyalty planeswalker. Her static ability is spells and abilities your opponent's control can't cause you to discard cards or sacrifice permanents. Her +1 is choose a non-land card name, then reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all cards with the chosen name from among them into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. That's not great. Her -3 is return target card from your graveyard to your hand. So that's like a Nissa Vital Force, and it's the same cost.
Yeah.
So I just really like. I really love this ability that
The static ability?
The static ability
Yeah.
where you don't have to sacrifice permanents and you don't have to discard cards. And this is the only card that I know of in Magic that has both on one card.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's just like that's so good in Commander. And it's if you're doing like a Voltron thing or like we don't see a lot of discard in Commander specifically, but edict effects are pretty popular.
They're prevalent.
So, it's just like if, to have both, I think is just amazing, right?
It
You're
is.
just like, that is just such a great insurance policy.
Oh, yeah.
And she's a 4 mana, 5 loyalty planeswalker, so
Sweet.
whatever. I mean, you don't want to +1 her in Commander. That's not great, but, because you're not going to get multiple hits.
It depends. Like if you're running Muldrotha and you want to fill up your graveyard,
Yeah.
why not?
No, you're right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, or like
Also, what if you had
or like
sense-
Marin?
Yeah,
you can't run her Marin, but
Yeah.
What if you had a Sensei's Divining Top?
yeah, no, like top
can
deck
see the top.
manipulation.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. No,
Yeah, I think there's value in filling up the graveyard repeatedly.
Yeah.
yeah.
She fits right into Muldrotha. That's
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
Good.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that because before
Yeah.
this, in green deck, I would just run like Tajuru Preserver, which like spells and abilities opponents control can't cause you to sacrifice permanents, or you have like Sigarda, Host of Herons, right?
Yeah.
Exact same ability, but the fact that she allows you to like stops you from having to discard cards is very powerful.
Yeah, it just shuts down Nekuzar.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, we got one of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
My number 2 pick. I have a story after this as well. This is really cool. We both chose a War of the Spark Planeswalker. I have Liliana Dreadhorde General.
Ooh.
I kind of thought her mana cost was a little bit too high when we did our set review episode.
Yeah.
You gotta get splashy.
And then, like, even she saw a lot of standard play, actually, for how high she was in mana cost.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, she was at the top end of at control decks.
I was very surprised.
All the time. Super good card. So 4 of anything and 2 black for a 6 mana, 6 CMC Planeswalker. Whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card.
Is it 6 loyalty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't I say that? What did I do?
You can continue.
Aw.
The record will reflect.
-4. Each player sacks 2 creatures.
Oh.
And then -9. Each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type, and then they sacrifice the rest.
Wow, that's like tragic arrogance, right?
Yeah.
Tamio shuts her down.
Yeah, that's right.
So since you're saying that, I had a game and I was playing on Arena, and then my friend Rylan called me and I was on the phone, wasn't paying attention, and I like played Liliana -4 when my opponent had Tamio out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm like doing things and talking. I'm like, wait, why didn't the static abilities on these goddamn Planeswalkers?
Yeah, yeah, that'll get you.
Got me good.
I always forget about the static abilities.
Well, yeah, and it's like it's very specific to that set because they did it again with the Chandras in Core 20, but they haven't done it since then. They didn't do it in Eldraine.
Yeah,
You know, I don't think they have that new ability on the Planeswalkers, at least with the Elspeth in the new Theros block. We don't know about the other two, but I don't know if it's gonna be like a.
It's kind of crazy too because it's like you're making an
Bringing them back.
enchantment also a Planeswalker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is like enchantments, are the hardest permanent to get rid of.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, they're.
But Liliana, her static ability is actually really good. That's why I place her so high, because if you have some sort of deck where you're sacrificing a lot of creatures and stuff, you're going to draw so many cards. Mm-hmm. Oof. Yeah. So good.
She's good. All right.
Good.
Oh, okay, number 1. Are we going to have the same number 1?
That'd be really cool.
Okay. All right. Okay, my number 1 is Garruk Wildspeaker. No way, we don't. Garrick's like, yes. Okay, so Garruk is 2 and 2 green for a 3 loyalty Planeswalker. His +1 is untap 2 target lands. So they can be be like the bounce lands that you love.
Yeah.
Or
value.
His -1 is put a 3/3 green beast creature token onto the battlefield. Do you have the tokens?
I've got some beasts.
Nice.
Yeah.
His -4 is creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. So Garruk is, he's an oldie but a goodie. He's from the original 5 Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
And he's basically a 2 mana Planeswalker, right? Because you can plus him and you can untap 2 lands and you get the mana back. So he's like a good T-Bolt, right? But but even if you want to minus him because the board state is not so good and you have to protect him like that, he's still doing everything that a good Planeswalker does. I generally when I've used him in Commander, I really haven't used him so much for his ultimate, but just the ability to untap lands like a Nykthos or like Itlamok, Cradle of the Sun, or a Gaia's Cradle, or
so good.
Any kind of land that you any kind of utility land or any land that taps for more than 1 mana is just so powerful. The fact that he can target 2 lands, any lands, just amazing.
It's so much ramp.
Yeah, he's just fantastic. They could have bumped up that loyalty to 5, but it just like us, Garruk, the original Garruk is the victim of time and circumstance.
Yeah, imagine if they made that today.
It'd be like
7
6
loyalty.
Yeah, it'd be like 10 loyalty.
Oh,
right?
man.
4 mana, 10 loyalty.
What is
it'd
this?
be like a +6.
Yeah.
Untap 4 target lands.
Yeah.
Okay.
And make an elk.
Yeah, and turn target permanent into a
an elk.
1/1 elk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wall of text. That's why there's no room for flavor text on Planeswalkers.
Oh yeah, it's just wall text.
Yeah.
In no room.
Gotta have the wall text. So, your number one, Eric?
My number one is the granddaddy Ugin the Spirit Dragon.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So he costs 8 mana. He comes in with 7 loyalty. +2, Ugin deals 3 damage to our creature player. We have a -X. Exile each permanent with CMC cost X or less. That's 1 or more colors. And then -10, you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, and put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield.
I've never seen his ultimate be used, but
I've definitely used it in Commander.
I've used it in Commander.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like most people just scoop once you wipe the board.
It's surprising.
When people don't.
It's surprising the amount of times when people should scoop and
Yeah.
they don't.
Yeah. Again, our old stomping grounds for Commander.
Yeah.
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 Good old effable Eugene.
But yeah, Ugin is so up here because you have a controlled Wrath at the
Which
palm of
is
your
so
hands.
powerful.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is one of the first Planeswalkers I bought as a single as well.
Really good against humans in Modern.
Oh man. Human spirits, like any tribal deck.
You're done.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the
love
first
this
that I
card.
opened in a booster pack.
Right.
I
Yeah.
got one in
the
a fat
story.
pack and then one from like a booster later on.
And that's when they were still fat packs.
Yeah.
Because we can't call them fat packs anymore because it's fattest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fat shaming. Can't
Yeah.
do that.
It's too many.
It's not PC, bro.
Well, we try to be vaguely PC
Yeah, but,
on
you
the
know.
show.
We know where the line is, and we
Yeah.
have our
Yeah, it's sort of like it's like you can't break the rules until you know what the rules are. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Anyone ever run a red light?
I've run a red light,
Yeah, it's
or it's like I'm not gonna come to a complete stop at a
Yeah.
stop sign. You know, it's like
I'm at one of these
I'm not like, what are you 100? You're just like, oh, I gotta come. I was in traffic the other day.
Here we go.
And I was like, man, it was rough. And I'm like behind this person, and there's like a fire station behind us, and like the fire truck's leaving the fire station, and then the sirens go off,
Yeah.
and this person in front of me, they just stop. They're just like, I hear a siren. I have to stop now because I don't know where the fire truck is going, but I'm just going to stop because even if they need to go where I'm going, I have to. It's like I'm taking my hands off the wheels because I don't know what to do. It's a siren.
Get around me.
It's just like, just if the people that needed to have their licenses taken away had their licenses taken away,
Life would be so much better.
they would be great. And also, you should be retested every 5 years.
No matter who you are. Retest
No
every
matter
5
who you
years.
are. No
Yeah.
matter who you are.
Yeah.
So including me.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody at home is wondering which direction did the fire truck go.
It went in the other direction. But even if it went in our direction, you'd still have to go forward, right? To get out of the way. You can't just
you gotta pull over.
You keep when you hear a siren, keep going and get out of the way, but you don't have to stop.
Instantly.
Come on.
Yeah, pull over. If you want to stop, pull over. Just whatever. But yeah, went the other way.
Come on, do better. Or stop driving.
Or that.
Anyways,
Well, clearly they decided to stop driving.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yes.
Oh god, if I never had to drive again, it would be too soon. Oh my goodness. All right, well,
Riley, since you're still here,
yeah, you are.
do you have a Planeswalker you really enjoy that you can
Do you have a top 10 Planeswalker?
Not just something fun though.
Yeah, there's a couple that come to mind that I'm really interested in playing. Garrick, the new Garrick, the Cursed Huntsman. I really like to try that out in Commander and see how he plays because he makes two 2/2 bodies
Right away.
and then he's got the -3 that can destroy target creature and draw a card, and then his -6 basically gives a +3/+3 anthem to your team permanently.
Yeah, it's an
and,
emblem.
and trample.
Is it? Does it
Yes,
give a trample as
it's
well?
an overrun
Okay, nice.
as an emblem.
I think he would be a lot of fun to play. I just like the idea of making those wolves and letting them die and pumping up his loyalty. And then on the topic of Eugene,
Ineffable.
Yeah, I like.
He's amazing.
Eugen
the
the Ineffable. I actually have him in my Sultai Morph deck for
cool.
the Commander League, just because he makes colorless cards cost 2 less. So all my morphs are now 1, and he has the ability to destroy a colored permanent.
And when when all those tokens die, you get the cards back in your hand, which is nice.
His +1 is make a 2/2. Exile the top card of your library face down. Make a 2/2. When that dies, it comes to your hand.
You manifest the.
And it's not technically a manifest. And that matters because, of course, my commander cares about things entering face down. But it's just a 2/2 token.
Cool.
For all intents and purposes.
And I've used the Ugin the Ineffable in Memnarch and Kozilek commander decks, and he does work.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, we're gonna wrap this up, and we hope that you guys enjoyed our top 10 Planeswalkers. Also, Riley's top 2 Planeswalkers. No, we're just kidding. If you want to get in touch with us, as usual, you can find us on Instagram at Turn One Soaring the podcast. You can find me on Instagram at Command Beacon, and if you want to email us, you can email us at turn1soaringthepodcast@gmail.com. And Eric doesn't use social media, so you can't find him anywhere.
He's off the grid.
He's totally off the grid.
I'm a ghost.
And Riley, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter at Riles Dayton, RILESDEIGHTON.
Nice. And
just to bring up what we were talking about at the very beginning of the episode, it is Kethis, the Hidden Hand.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. Nice Easter egg.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
Legendaries matter.
And now that it's December and we've launched our Patreon campaign, we are doing a Patreon giveaway. So go check that out if you're interested in finding out what that giveaway is and giving us some money. And also, we're still doing our Instagram giveaways, and our December Instagram giveaway is 3 packs of Modern Horizons. So go and find that post and follow the instructions there, and you'll be entered to win those packs. We'll announce the winner on January 1st. And you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube, and wherever else you find your podcasts. Wherever that is, give us a review. Give us your rate and review, 5 stars.
5 stars. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
But 5 stars no matter what.
Yeah, give us 5 stars and then let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't really line up with a 5-star review, just
we
do the 5
do
stars
like to
first.
take constructive criticism.
Oh yeah,
and put that towards our show.
We're great. Yeah. We're eager.
Yeah.
Let's
put it that
just
way.
say that. Yeah. But yeah, regardless of all that, we are we're very thankful for all our listeners, and we just we have a lot of fun doing this.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Riley, what do you got?
Make good choices.
Yeah, show me what you got.
Turn one soaring.